Good evening, race fans, and I'm not being Bingham, I'm Sam Gulin, and Pete is late with his drink, so I'm gonna wait for him. Hello everybody, welcome back to Backfire Simsport TV for round 10 of the BSTV GT4 TCR challenge. Drivers are out on track for the qualifying session, and I'm waiting for Pete. I don't know what he's doing, what a professional. Should be driving, should be coordinating. I'm not even there. Alright, we are on Hockenheim today. A different version, not the full one. It is the one with the short hairpin. Don't know if it's the right way to call it, but this is what I'm going for. Hello Alan, Sir Alan Tune on the chat. How are you doing? It's the Hockenheim National layout, there it is. Right, gonna start with Onboard Shot with Spencer. I think for once we'll have time to do that, as there's nobody to really talk, as I'm very tired today. That is the second corner. Oh, in case you do not know, we've got wonderful track guides made by the Knob himself, Wobbly Kneecaps. There's some available on the Discord. It's quite funny to see his face trying to explain how to race at a track like this. But he's doing a pretty good job, so definitely check him out if you want to learn how to, well, take on these tracks. Oh, I hear Pete. He's back. Probably went for a poo, by the way.
What are you saying?
Oh, I have a big echo, but I just said that you went for a poo live on stream.
Awesome.
There you go.
So introductions then, Sam?
Yep, everything's done. So
Awesome.
the stream is all for you now.
Cool.
If you want, because we're live in case you haven't seen it.
No. I'm just setting everything back up again. So, good evening, folks. Welcome again to Hockenheim.
That's the funniest thing ever. I'm like live since like almost 4 minutes now. I've been talking for 4 minutes live, and you're awesome, mate. That's great.
Yeah, dear. So, we've got how many GT4s have we got? 1, 2, 3. Is he a GT4? Yes, he is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 7 GT4s tonight. So that's a bit of a bigger field than we normally end up with. Wobbly has decided he is racing GT4 this week. He seems to change every week. The sooner we can penalise him, the better. But as it stands at the moment, that's not something that we can do. You'll see my name in the standings. That's because I am going to race tonight. But only for one lap. I'm just here. Hello, Alan, on the chat, by the way. I'm just here for the points, really, for BSTV Esports Green Team. I can't keep leaving Gary on his own to haul the points while I have to broadcast. So I'm going to do one lap. I'm not going to interfere with the race. I'm just going to circulate for one lap and do what needs to be done to get those points. Team standings at the moment. Alpine Geodesic Racing are striding away with it, one might say, with 1,083 points with their drop score. RWC Racing Black are in second with 861, with BSTV Sports Pink on 834. So the fight for second place is quite tight. Then we've got Spectre 6 Purple on 777. And then in the top 5 still is BSTV Sports Green, the best team in the league by far, on 753. So you can understand why he wants to join just for the points. And then 6th place is the other pesky Spectre 16 on 708. We're fairly comfortable ahead of those at the minute. But my points added to Gary's obvious winning score is going to make it a little bit safer for us. If we have a look at GT4 standings, have you got them on screen, Sam?
No, I completely forgot
okay, I'll just keep talking.
In SDK, sorry guys.
Yeah, no worries. Chris Needham leads the way on 468 points with a drop score. Jamie Wilson is only 6 points behind him. So that is quite a tight old race. Wobbly is in third on 449. Hopefully he'll find the jump that he did in practice earlier and ruin his car, because, you know, we like to promote our own teams here. In 4th place is Stefan Gobel on 418, who has been showing good speed. Although the consistency might be lacking if he's in 4th place, I don't know. He's certainly the highest placed VTS driver we have. And then in 5th place, just to round out the top 5, is Kylie Haddington, who's doing really well actually. He's on 401 points, only 17 points behind Stefan, who's on your screen at the moment. And then after that, there's the other 6 racers. In TCR, though, bit of a different story. So listen to these numbers. Spencer McCarthy is in the lead, literally and figuratively, because he's on the track ahead of Sam Blease. He's on 556 points with a drop score. Sam Blease is on 553 with a drop score. Only 3 points in it for these Alpine Geodesic racers. Gary Craig, my teammate, BSTV Esports Green, is in third on 492. So Gary's got a bit of work to do to catch up to the top 2. And certainly if he wants to claim the top prize this season. Stephen Walker is in 4th place. He's on 488 points. So Gary's not got a massive comfort blanket, really, over Stephen Walker. And Matt Elmo is in 5th place. So the other half of the Spectre 6 camp is on 411 points. He's got a big job to catch Stephen Walker, who we know is very lucky. And then there's the rest of them. Because everybody wants to know where I am, I've dropped 10th. I thought I'd dropped 2 places. I've actually dropped 3 with having to commentate. And I'm going to try and put a stop to my rot, as it were, by getting some points tonight just by turning 1 lap. Where are we in this qualifying session? Well, GT4, Wobbly has just done the fastest lap. He is your provisional poleman. He is, what's that, 0.2 of a second faster than Stefan at the moment. Told you he was quick. He's been very, very quick over all the courses so far. He just needs to finish in a decent place and he'll score a lot more points. And then the championship leader, as it stands, is in 3rd in qualifying, so he's your provisional 3rd place. In TCR, Spencer McCarthy is the top position at the moment provisionally. He's on a 131.34. Sam Blease, his teammate, is in 2nd, right behind him, literally on track rather, on a 131.5. So there's not much in that, 1.5 tenths. And in 3rd is Stephen Lucky Wookie Walker, not far behind at all, at a 131.54, so 400ths behind 2nd place. Then we've got Gary Craig in 3rd, a little bit off, a 131.75, and Michael Gray, who who is also driving a Honda. They are a bit tail happy around here, the Honda, this week. He's on a 131.83, so it's very, very tight at the top. In fact, we've got what? 130. 1 second covers the top 11, which shows you how tight this field is right now. If we can manage to go on board with somebody that's possibly going to end up completing the lap as they start the lap, we shall talk you through one of these. I'll let Sam decide who. Oh, we're going on board with the greatest racer in the field, Gary Craig. So out of the last turn, which is called South Turn, as far as I remember anyway, over the start-finish line, braking between the 100 and the 50 board and taking a bag full of this curb, which he does, and manages to stave off the 1X on the outside of that turn. That was turn 1. We fly down here into the entrance to the Parabolica. Second gear around here, keep it tight. He got a bit of a drift there and the tail waggled on that car. Then he's into Parabolica. He will nail it down this not straight. We don't do the full thing on this version of the track. This is National A, so we take a bit of a shortcut here through this little kink and then rejoin the main circuit here. To this left-hander, no idea what this one's name is. They're all named after manufacturers, I think. Second gear, tight turn, back on the gas before the apex. Take a bit of green here. I'm re-quoting everything that Gary told me from the other day. Fire it down here. And being fourth, again, take the green stuff on the right-hand side if you can. He's not managed to get it there. He's actually bailing out of this lap because he's clearly down and preparing for the next one. Second gear through here on a normal lap. Fire it over the brow of the hill. Take lots and lots of green stuff on the left. Don't hit the green stuff on the right because there's a big sausage curb on that one. And then cruise through this one. Go really wide here if you're on a quali lap in order to get a massive run onto the start finish straight. And that is a lap. It's busy. It's even busier when you're surrounded by other TCRs and GT4s. It's an exciting lap, and you can take liberties with the corners. I take them too much. Gary's setting off on another lap, and Spencer McCarthy is dragging Sam Blease around at the moment. Sam Blease has managed to improve his time ever so slightly. Spencer has not. So Arnaud Chanonnier here in the RW Racing white Porsche, trying to move up the field, and is doing so quite handily at the moment, actually. He's gone a bit funny there, but must have abandoned that lap. Covered up just about everything so far. I'm going to get through the starting standings, and then I'm going to join the race. Or should I just join the race and let you do the standings, Sam?
It's a bit as you wish. I can do the standings if you want to. It's not really a problem.
Cool. We'll do that then.
I would say GT4 start first, and then
yeah.
the TCR starts after that. But it's done. Can join now. I definitely think this is going to be a very, very close TCR race. Looking at the gap that... Oh, Stefan has just taken provisional pole from Wobbly. That's not going to go down well in the Wobbly camp, is it? Let's see if he maybe
manages...
Stefan followed the Wobbly's guide to be fast. And
yes, that'll be what it is. Wobbly's been too open with his track lessons.
And don't forget, that's gonna be a bit of a cliche, but Stefan is German, and it's German track, so...
No, this is true, yeah.
Like, if... It's absolutely not related. Well, not at the Nürburgring, but still, you know. Maybe you know this track. I don't remember him saying that, but maybe it's a thing.
Valentine on the chat. We have faith, Sam. And you getting through the starting standings. Oh,
Well,
right. So qualifying's gone checkered now. So these are the last laps that these guys are going to put on these cars for qualifying. So they need to make it count right now. Watching Ollie Ricks at the moment. He's got a bit of a job to do. He's 18th in class. For qualifying, he's got JB Dejoux behind him, towing him round actually, and JB's got some work to do. He's 20th at the moment. So we come around the last corner for both of these guys. Hopefully these guys can put an improvement on the board here.
I don't think I have the same standing as you are, because I see Oli in 11th place and JB in 13th.
Yeah. Oh, I'm going off total standings, that's why. Foolish human.
I bet.
Yeah, neither of them managed to improve, sadly. Carl Pies Hardy making his way around the last corner. Is he towing Wobbly? No, not quite.
I don't know, but Wobbly's definitely
He's absolutely nailing it, isn't he?
Yeah.
Let's see if he manages it.
I don't think so.
He didn't. He didn't.
He might have got a 1x, because I haven't seen any time popping out from that one.
Okay.
That's great for Stefan.
Yeah, that is a brilliant result for Stefan. Absolutely stunning.
Well, just waiting for the grid then. I invite you to join the race.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for the start button to, or the join race to go green.
The grid as well. Which makes sense. If I don't have the grid, you cannot join either. Which, you know. That's gonna be a difficult one today, I'm telling you.
Right then, I'll help you out. I'll do the GT4s while they're on screen.
Oh. Alright, let's go then.
So, your pole man for tonight in GT4 will be Stefan Gobel for VTS Esports, then Wobbly Kneecaps for BSTV Esports Pink. Third off will be Chris Needham for RWC Racing Black, with Arnaud Chenonnier in fourth for RWC Racing White. Chris Shaw will go fifth for Mob 7 Esports. Rick Verhoek, which is the best way I can try and pronounce that, in sixth. Seventh will be Jamie Wilson for Team Chimera, and Kylie Haddington will go off eighth.
Well, have fun in your first lap, Pete.
I will. It'll only be one lap.
Yep. We'll continue with the TCR. Spencer McCarthy taking the pole position over Sam Lees, both for Alpine Star Geodesic Racing. Stephen Walker third for Spectre 6 Purple. Gary Craig fourth for BSTV Sports. Michael Gray, Xversim Racing in fifth. Carl Hardy sixth for Safeguard by Result. Shane Powell seventh, Spectre 6 Purple. Could choose an easier name to pronounce, but yeah, anyway. Russell Coe in 8th for Spectre 6th. Rob Van, 9th for BSTV Esports Pink. Matt Elmore, 10th for Spectre 6. Ollie Ricks, Pyro by Result, 11th. Martin Brennan, Safeguard by Result in 12th. I need to take over the next page. I almost forgot. JB Dejoux for LMT Racing in 13th. David Ayres, 14th. Result closing iRacing. And last but not least, Mr. Peter Bingham for BSTV Esports, the fabulous green team.
Doing it for you, Gary.
Right, GT4 heading over to the start-finish line for the first lap. Stefan leading the field. Pete already crashing. No, I'm joking.
Yeah. Car 14 didn't join the grid, I don't think. Whoever the 14th car was.
That's
David
Spencer.
Ayres.
Yeah, Spencer McCarthy, David Ayres, and Rick Verhoek. Sorry. They have not joined.
Why?
Wow, man, that chair is squishy. you need to do something about it, you know? They're gone. GT4s are gone. Too wide in turn 1. Jamie over Chris. It's not working. No Jamie under pressure from Kaylee. And I bet the TCRs are gone as well.
Oh, we
Turn 1. Stampy, Stephen Walker, Stephen in front.
I'm coming, Gary, just wait.
Stop speaking, you're on the stream as well. I can manage you. 3 wide in turn 2. Just brought Martin and Holly. That was great. GT4 already done the airpin, but this is tight. Shane on the inside of Gary, and there's Rob, yeah, into the grass with Martin.
I've done an overtake.
Yeah, I have that on stream, Pete. You're doing great. Come on, man. Stefan doing a great job in front, though. He's with like almost 7 seconds gap, 7 tenths, not seconds. Oh boy. Gap over Wobbly. Then Chris and Arno behind, and there's battle for the lead between Michael and Steven in the TCRs.
My off track was purposeful because Spencer and Rick were right behind me.
Yeah, we might watch that again after.
Yeah, let's do that.
Just to make sure you've done it properly. GB going side by side with Volino. Bail out of it, Spencer on the inside of Rob Van turn 1. Has David joined the race? No.
No. What's going on?
That's a shame.
Yeah.
Still, you have issues. Might be the case.
Yeah, we've got a lot of bad weather in the UK at the minute. A couple of big storms, and it's doing power cuts and internet outages.
Yeah. Spencer making his way through the field. That's gonna hurt his championship right now. And his battle for the head-to-head as well.
Yeah, and his teammate, with being only 3 points behind him, should be running away with this now, in theory.
Yeah, his teammate has lost position.
No?
He's in 3rd place now. Well, he started on pole, basically, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, he was 2nd in qualifying. Yeah. So he started 2nd for the TCRs and he's now 3rd. But as Spencer wasn't there, he was on pole. Well, you get what I mean, right?
Yeah, yeah.
That was great. Wobbly has closed the gap over Stefan. Probably applying all his techniques. Yeah.
Yeah. Or one of them.
Yeah. Oh,
Drive
there's
fast.
Martin into the pit lane. What's going on? Is this car completely broken, Pete? We have an inside pit lane reporter.
Hang on, let me get a bit nearer. Yes, it was. It was probably smashed up at the back. He's fixed it now.
Okay,
right.
That's maybe with the contact, yeah, with Rob.
Right then, let's get back to this then. So, JB Deju chasing down Spencer McCarthy is what it looks like to me, but we know that that's not quite the case.
Yeah, that's more like Spencer trying to get away from JB, to be honest. But JB is doing a great job keeping up with him, you know.
Absolutely.
He's the leader of the championship in front of him, and if he can't keep up, he will put a gap on the Rob and probably catch Matt Elmo at some point.
Definitely.
Which is already 4 seconds ahead, battling with Russell, his teammate. And completely forgot to mention that, but we've got the head-to-head thing going on.
We'll go through that in a minute.
Yeah, the battles in TCRs, if I'm not mistaken, if I look at the right thing, which is this one, it is Matt Elmo versus Gary Craig. They are both on 52 points, but for now, Gary is in front, so he would win this one. Spencer McCarthy is facing David Ayres. David has not started the race. So
Yeah.
and Spencer was on 74 against 28 for David. So
Yeah, it's a one-sided thing, that one.
I think this one is pretty clear. And that brings to the GT4s.
Yeah.
We've got Chris Needham and Stefan Gobel, which is leading the race right now, but Chris being the overall leader of the championship. Chris is on 62 points and Stefan is on 42. So there's 20 points gap. That's quite a lot in the GT4s.
That's pretty meaty, yeah.
Yeah, and the second one is Scaly versus the Smiler Assassin, Tyler Newitz, which is on 0 point because he decided work was better than racing with us, which is a shame, but you know.
That's a mistake, isn't it, really?
Yeah, a big mistake. So there you go. I think Kaylee will be in the finals, obviously, and there's a battle between Stefan and Chris to know which one of them two will join Kaylee in the final for the GT4s. I know I will probably need a drink now because I talk way more than I expected for today.
That's more than you've said in the last 3 broadcasts. Excuse me. So, unless my eyes deceive me, it looks like Stefan is pulling away slightly from Wobbly.
Well, just ever so slightly. He's like 7 tenths now, between 7 and 8 tenths in front of Wobbly. But they're gapping Chris a bit faster now. 1.5 seconds, which is great.
And you don't know whether Wobbly's saving fuel or not, which he does have a tendency to do in these races.
Yeah, he's trying to learn how to save fuel because I think I remember him saying he wasn't good at that in the past. So that's a good thing, and you know, I think I need to practice these races.
Yeah, just looking here at Michael Gray, up 4 places from his start position. Obviously, he was gifted one of them, with Spencer not actually joining the grid. He's staying with Stephen Walker, the Lucky Wookie, and also bringing Sam Blees with him. Now, Sam's going to want to be further up the field than this, surely, because Spencer is starting to slide his way through now.
Well, we saw at the start of the championship, Michael was right there with the leaders. You know, he's just a bit further away in the championship because he missed a few races, but he's as fast as Steven, Sam, Spencer, Gary, all of these guys. Matt Elmore a bit further back than I expected.
Yeah.
And Cal Hardy up there. That's a nice.
Well, that was the other one I was going to say. Yeah, it's unusual having Carl this high up the standings, not glitching out, and not with his internet failing. So let's hope that keeps up for our pie man. Gary sticking with the top 3 at the moment, and bringing Shane Powell with him. Then there's a bit of a gap back to Carl Hardy.
Oh, you know what?
Go on.
No, you don't yet.
What have I not seen?
The spinner himself, the master.
Oh, he's done it, has he? Kylie's been round.
The drift king, which is not really drift, but, you know.
Go on, Jason. Show us how it's done. Oh, it's a lovely one. It's a lovely one. He's right round.
That's a nice one.
Stylishly back onto the racing circuit there. Very nice. These 2 teammates are inseparable. I don't know whether they're just staying in order to try and catch Carl Hardy, but oh no, looks like we're fighting.
Yeah, they're probably battling, which is great, you know. When you've got a teammate, and it's sometimes even funnier to battle with your teammates because you race with them all the time. You know how they behave on track, and you know you can trust them. Well, most of the time. If I would battle with you, I would not. But you know, it's part of the thing. But they're surely enjoying this, and it's really fun. And side by side through the rear.
Yeah, that was excellently done. Russell maintains the position. He's a bit wide there, though. Matt Elmo's going to get a better run. Not a place to overtake at the next corner, usually. Quite a fast, broad right-hander. He's managed to make that work, but the cutback is going to be quite brutal.
Yeah, still side by side, but the other way around now. And look who's behind.
Yeah, stalking them.
Showing his nose.
Yeah, they're providing a rolling roadblock at the moment for
oh, he's going for it.
I thought he was going to do 2 in one corner.
Yeah, that's one done already. Wow, he's not messing around, is he?
Not at all. I mean,
why
you've got to salute it, haven't you? He's brought Rick Verhoek with him. That's a 1x for Spencer. I don't think he's too bothered about accruing them. He's trying to get back to the front, isn't he? So, we are, what are we, 11 and a half minutes in to this 1 hour race. And from the very back, Spencer has managed to put half the TCR field behind him.
Yeah, he started from the pit, right?
He did, yes.
Yeah, because you were on track, you saw that better than me. I completely missed that out with commentate and show things up.
Well, I was just doodling about behind the field and then looked in my rearview mirror and saw cars. I was like, what, eh? And thought it was Rick Verhoek in his Porsche. And it wasn't, it was Spencer. I was like, good God, he's managed to catch me from pit road. And that's why I just bailed out and decided not to interfere because it's not my race today. Meanwhile, Russell is back in front, so I've missed that with these two cars in the same paint livery being mixed together. Russell's managed to overhaul his own teammate again. Guys go around for another lap. We are on lap, I think we're approaching lap 9. Are we on lap 9? Yes, we're on lap 9.
Yes.
Yeah. Don't know what the fuel strategy will be for these cars. I don't know that there's a great deal of tyre wear around here for either class. I think you'll find that the TCRs don't bother with tyres because it's not going to be worth them to take it in the fuel window. Because fuel and tyres are done at the same time in the TCR, but you've got to be on a high fuel usage track in order to make use of it properly. Might get away with just fronts, but I don't think any of them will bother. It really upsets the Honda when you change just the fronts and not the rears. It feels like it's going to snap on every turn for at least a lap and a half. Michael Gray still holding onto the back of Stephen Walker's car at the moment. And Sam Blease appears happy to sit in third. Stephen taking big sweeping entries into some of these turns. Probably to get the best run, obviously, and also to not overwear the tyres. I've just realised, I just looked down to the in-sim chat, and David Ayres, his connection failed, which is why he didn't join the field.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's a race. Sad, because we all know all of you guys prepare these races like hell. I mean,
yes, lots of practice goes in.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And to have your internet fail on you, you're almost better off joining and crashing. At least you got to participate a little bit.
And you've got a nice slow-mo.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
As a good side.
Memento of the occasion.
Yeah, exactly. With your name sticking out of the screen, it's a big thing.
There's Rick Verhoek trying to make his way through the TCR field carefully. This is JB Dejou trying to chase down Rob Venn, and I think he's caught him. I'm sure Rob Venn's... Although, Rob Venn ended up at the back of the field, didn't he?
No, that's still the way around. Yeah, Rob went through and made a pass on JB a few moments ago. I'm just going to show that very quickly.
There we go.
Pass on... yeah, that's a nice
Lovely.
run after run 1.
Very nice.
Make it look like very simple, but it's not.
No, not without taking a slowdown on the inside of that curb. Bit of a...
Yeah. Try to fight back, but yeah.
Yeah, he had a good go.
Not as he spotted to do that. Well, he tried, you know, and you have to.
Yeah, of course
that's close.
Woo! Here we go. 1, 2, and 3. You can throw a very small napkin over all 3 of them at the moment. I don't know whether Gary's getting dropped a little bit now. There's quite a lot of real estate between him and Sam Blease.
Yeah, true.
He is... How far adrift is he at the minute? 0.7 of a second. But the Honda is a bit of a wild child at this track, really. The back end's very, very lively. Michael Gray seems to be able to control it very, very well, though.
We'll see all the tires we last on the end now.
Yeah.
Isn't the one that used the most the tires? Maybe I'm totally...
It used to be, and if I'm honest, I don't really know which one chews the tyres the most anymore. I know that the Audi is probably one of the better balanced of the cars. I know that the Hyundai is probably the faster of them all, but the Honda's got tracks that it's very good at. This one seems to be fairly balanced, to be honest, because you've got 2 Hyundais, 2 Hondas, and it seems to be fairly straightforward. It's balanced BOP, really.
Yeah, the first Audi is a bit further back, but we all know all the top guys want Ford the other 2, which makes sense.
Yeah,
and not see the Audi at the top then. Wobbly hasn't been able to catch up on Stefan, just to catch up on the TC on the GT4. He's still like 9/10, 1 second away from Stefan. Probably managing the gap still, but you know, we have to do something about it at some point. Oh, Sam Blease just went through.
Here we go.
Michael Gray. That's on, boys.
Yeah, that really is. Now then, Stephen Walker will be wanting to try and slip away here while these guys are scrapping. Here it is again.
Let's watch that back, yeah. It's a shame they choose the exact moment where I switched.
Ooh, he
made a mistake. That makes sense then.
Yeah. So he got a tyre on the left-hand side on the grass, and that straightened his car up and sent him in a straight line.
He got lucky not to spin though.
And if you go too far out there, there's some gravel which wants to eat your car.
Shane Powell.
Doing a good job, isn't he?
Was he ahead of Carl? He was. Yeah, he was.
He was
right.
already, yeah.
And they dropped off the top 4.
That's right. Quite a big gap now as well in front of them. And really there should be some of the Jaws music playing, because behind Carl, and only 2.5 seconds behind him now, if you look back from this car, is Spencer. So he's on his way.
He's on the march, as we say.
I just heard somebody downstairs at the door. I'll be back in a second, so
okay.
I'm sorry.
Leave me alone again. Hiya. Yeah. I'll do it myself. Jamie closing on Chris in GT4s, which is nice to see. A bit of a battle in the GT4s. And Stefan just did the fastest lap of the GT4 field on the last lap with that 1:29.03, and the second fastest lap is for Wobbly in 1:29.1. So that's 700 faster for Stefan on the fastest lap compared to each other, which is great. and he gained 4 tenths on wobbly on the last lap, which is a lot. Still going on between these two Spectre 6 boys. Going side by side into turn 2. And at the same time, battle for the lead is on as well, with Sam Lee probably high, side by side, as expected, with Stephen Walker, and he's on the inside. He should be good, but he will be on the outside for the next one. It's gonna be complicated to keep the position. If he can manage to stay on side by side, as he does, he's on the inside for the right side, right-hander, which is great. Oh, nice cutback from Stephen Walker there. On the inside to get into the stadium.
This is looking tasty.
Yeah, but he doesn't have the runoff that Sam has on the outside, and no, we have to go the long way around. Oh,
that was
nice.
a touch.
Yeah, that was a small touch.
Michael Gray trying to capitalise on that, not able to do so.
Yeah, that made him go almost into the grass.
Look at this.
And yeah, Jamie's gone through Chris' show now. I was just showing that battle just after you went off. Before I switched back to the lead TCR, and Jamie was closing. Yeah. Stefan, last lap 3 tenths faster again. He just did the fastest lap when you went off.
Did he really, right?
Yeah, the 1:29.03. And
yeah, he's
he
showing
4
wobbly how
tenths.
it's done, isn't he?
Yeah, exactly. Maybe Stefan should do track guys and not wobbly.
Won't wobbly up at all. That's great.
Yeah, as long as there's not my car in front of Stefan, everything will be fine.
Oh dear. So Gary is back on the back of this bunch.
Yeah, with them 3 in front battling, Gary managed to keep it right now. We'll see if he can, keep the pace till the end of the race and maybe try to make a move at the end. But it's not looking so good for Gary today. He's a bit slower than everybody else.
He is.
Well, in the front pack, I mean, of course.
Yeah, and
he's still in 4th position, which is quite a good result in itself. But yeah.
Oh, definitely. I wonder whether Sam Blease is going to try and get away now, because Spencer is exactly there. You've just put the camera on him. Right up under the rear lid of Carl Hardy at the moment. Rick Verhoek even is sticking with Spencer. He's just following him around the track and has been from the start of the race.
Well, yeah, it's a bit of a shame because if I remember correctly, Rick had a pretty good qualifying session today. He was not last. And he's been last for the first few races he's done in the league because he was getting up to speed with the car and all the league and stuff. And now he's starting to show some pace. I wonder if he could have started with the other GT4s, at the start. I wonder where he would be right now. Because he's a bit stuck behind Spencer. We all know Spencer is a fast driver. And I don't think Rick wants to be involved in any of these TCR's battle.
No.
Probably it's probably the best thing to do, trying to follow Spencer along till the front of the TCRs, and maybe with the pit stop and all that, he might be able to get a bit further ahead of the TCRs and pass all that field and finally be released.
Yeah, and Spencer not able to dispatch Carl Hardy very easily. Carl stepped out as well into the hairpin, or sorry, not the hairpin, but the double right-hander, and kind of blocked him off. He's trying to stick his nose down the inside here, and Carl's having none of that. I think Carl's doing a good job
racing.
It is. Carl's doing a good job of positioning his car in a very awkward place.
It's 5 by Hardy, so
Yeah. Wider car than normal.
Yeah, that's a wider one. You have to fit that into the car. So Martin back in the pit.
Oh.
Hopefully this time for a scheduled stop. We are on 25 minutes into the race, so I bet it is.
I would think so at this point.
Oh,
Ooh.
yeah, the road's blocked. There's nowhere to go there. But now he's on the inside of Carl, but we'll be on the outside of the hairpin, which might not be easy, but if he gets enough speed, he might do the outside. Well, he's already past, so there's not even... Yeah, there's nothing to say.
No, I did think that Spencer had come off that second turn with quite a lot of speed in his favour. He's now under the boot lid of Shane Powell. I mean, this is going to be a spectacular recovery drive. If you're Spencer, do you just pit at this point and say, right, I'll get myself out of this this train of cars that's slowing me down now? Because he spent a bit of time behind Carl and he's spending even longer potentially behind Shane. So do you just pit your car, do your pit stop and then get out there and gun it, or continue to thread your way through the field?
Well, I wouldn't swear that, but first, hello Bill, hope you're all doing well. Missing you in the booth, mate. And if you're really going to take a nap, have a good nap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good to see you on the
great,
chat. Yeah.
It would be better if you were into the booth with that. And Gary's in the pits, by the way.
No.
But yeah, on the chat, it's already a good thing. So yeah, I really hope you're doing great.
Spencer pushing Shane round turn 2.
But to answer your question, Pete, I would definitely pit. Because these guys are not really, benefiting him in any way. Because he's faster, we all know that. And there's no draft game to be on in this. He's just losing time trying to go and pass them.
Agree.
So I don't know why he's trying to stay out longer. Maybe you want to run the car dry to get more speed from the cars. I don't know what is the balance you get from, just getting all the fuel out. How much do you gain when there's no fuel in the car? Do you know that?
It's quite dramatic, but it's very, like with any car, it's balanced off against your tyre life at the same time. So you do gain an enormous amount of time by not having fuel in the car.
Michael Gray's in.
Yeah, he's taken the opportunity there. I think he's trying to cut off Gary Craig's
probably
pit stop from the lap before. I'm just trying to see where he is on track. So he is he's right back at the minute, of course, being the first of the TCRs to pit. Ooh, that was a very wide line
what
from
you said, Pete. Then there's an advantage to be gained by not pitting early, but
and
you're gonna pay it with a tire wear.
Yes, exactly that. And you can't take tyres and fuel if you don't need very much fuel. So obviously it's the same amount of fuel that you'd need regardless of when you were pitting, but if you fuel save, you don't quite need as much. So let's see what happens here. Michael Gray on his way out of the pits, and Gary
a bit further back.
Oh yeah, that's a bit naughty. Let's have a look at pit lane times. So
there's almost Gary went 3 seconds slower.
No, it was
No, it's
0.2 of a second.
I don't know. Yeah, it was the same. That's mapping just below. I'm having trouble reading lines now, which is quite embarrassing because I always blame you for doing that. But
yeah, you do.
We'll just say it's because I'm tired. It's okay. It's not my job after all to do the commentating. I'm just there to do the camera, so I'm just helping you out today. So, it's fine. But
well, you're doing a great job of it.
51.4 for Michael Gray total pit lane time. 51.7 for Gary total pit lane time. So it's basically the same.
Yeah, I don't understand why there's such a gap between them now, though.
Well, by the time...
Whoa!
Yeah, by the time Michael went up to speed, that gap has closed. But still, It's like 7 tenths.
And Michael was very wild coming back into the stadium complex just then. These two are pitted together, Jamie Wilson and Chris Shaw.
Yeah, Wobbly has pitted as well. I don't know if I mentioned it, but he has.
You did,
and
yeah.
We see where, when Stefan goes to the pits, where he get out compared to Wobbly. Is Wobbly has played the game as I'm the fastest guy, and then Rick, what the heck is that?
Why has Rick's car got no wheels on it?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was referring to. Okay, he went over the curb. Yeah.
Oh, when he's gone round.
Oh
no, he's taken Shane with him. Oh,
yeah. Turn 1 here. It's complicated.
Yeah.
Where is Shane?
He's still circulating, but his car looks like it's done 10 rounds with Mike Tyson.
He's gone through the pits, Shane. So, I don't know if the car has been repaired, or if that happened after his pit stop. I'm going to try to find that out. No, he pitted after the incident, so he got a fast repair for sure. So he's fine. He lost a bit of time, but he's fine.
But he gained it. He gained that time back in the pit stop. Because he was about 0.2 faster than most other people. About the same time as Michael Gray, funnily enough.
Stefan, Vince, Chris, and Arno as well. Matt Elmo, Rob, JB for the TCRs.
Yeah, this is getting crowded down this pit lane now.
Yeah, that's a lot of people into the pits right now.
Yeah.
Stefan taking tires.
Sometimes you see incidents in pit road when you've got multi-class all pitting at the same time. You don't often see them pitting at the same time, do you?
No,
usually,
it's true. Yeah.
Yeah, GT4s usually hang it out, and the TCRs are in and done and gone.
So Wobbly is going through. Yeah.
So yes, look at that. That's a significant difference.
And pit lane total time for Wobbly 43.1. 53.1, sorry. Total time for Wobbly 53.1. It's exactly what I just said. Bear with me.
Yeah.
We're gonna get there. For Stefan, 56.5. So he lost almost 3.5 seconds into the pits.
Wow.
And he's 3.5 seconds behind Wobbly. So that extra 3.5 seconds he spent into the pit lane is what he needed to stay ahead of Wobbly.
It's actually his in-box time. He's taken 28 seconds in the box, and Wobbly's only taken 25.
Yeah, he probably put too much fuel. Well, that's probably what Wobbly was doing, saving fuel. But as I look at the other guys, Trace 24.8 into the pit box. That's very low.
It is, and he was racing.
You've got
Jamie.
Arno, which is on 28, so the same as Stefan, probably no save fuel at all. Jamie 25.9, I would say pretty average. Maybe a bit of saving fuel.
Yeah.
As he was battling with Chris, while he was behind, saving a bit of fuel, things like that. And Trace 26. So that's pretty equal between these two.
Yeah, the one thing I am noticing is Arno and Stefan, both driving Porsches, both did a 28-second stop. All the other cars are taking a lot less time in the pit box itself. So maybe the
Chris
Porsche
is also
just hungrier.
Chris Needham is also in a Porsche.
Yes, he is. Yeah, you're right. And he did a 24.88, one of the shortest times in his pit box.
Yeah. So
that's my idea out the window.
To get back to this battle in the TCR, so Gary has closed the gap on the Michael Ray, and they are closing the gap on Sam, which has been through the pits and went on in front.
Yeah. So we're still waiting for Stephen Walker, Spencer McCarthy, and Russell to pit from TCR. I'm trying to work out where they're going to piece back in, because they're only 15 seconds, is that? Can't be right.
Oh yeah, it shows But Spencer having a pit stop, but it's because he started from the pit lane.
Yes.
So don't take that into account. He's actually on 0 stop.
Mm-hmm.
Chris and Jamie closing on Arno right now.
Quite quickly as well, yeah. And these two are they're inseparable at the moment. They've been together for quite a number of laps and through the pit road as well. I think that'll come to a head later in the race. And we've got Stephen Walker, Spencer McCarthy in the pits.
He's very close. He's only...
Yes. I mean, that's worryingly close, isn't it? Given the fact that he started from the back of the field.
Yeah. He really made his way up.
Russell Cowell has just joined them in pit road further back.
Entering last corner, Sam Blees.
I think Stephen and Spencer are going to be out well ahead of these guys.
I don't know if it's going to be well ahead, but probably ahead. Oh, even though...
Oh, hang on, this is going to be close.
No.
Oh my word, I did not expect that. I really didn't. That is a horrendous undercut, isn't it?
So, Stephen, back of the queue, mate. You're going to do that again.
Yeah. He'll feel utterly cheated. What was his pit lane time then?
Basically the same as the other, but...
Yeah, it's identical.
Yeah, he lost time on his own. Probably not
Yes.
having, the other guy as reference when the other three were battling. And that's probably why Spencer was so close,
Mm-hmm. Yep. Definitely.
Because when you look at that battle, he's 4 seconds behind the top 4. Which is more or less what it was. But it's in fact Stephen lost time on every other competitors and not just Spencer gaining time.
Yep, he did. So Wobbly has managed to eke himself out a 3.7 second lead. He's got clear track, I think, and Stefan is in traffic. So Wobbly's played a blinder there, I think, don't you?
Oh, yes, sorry. I told you I would fell asleep out.
Yeah.
We're already 38 minutes in, and I haven't catch my breath since the start.
Sam's had a lot of travelling with work today, so we'll forgive him for a yawn here and there.
Yeah, it's starting to be difficult. But yeah, that's tight. That's traffic, and that's what I love about middle class. You've got to be, careful with your guys, and just like that in 2 corners, they're on with 2 tenths each, where it was like 7-8 tenths. And Chris got catch up in that, but speed difference between the TCRs and the GT4 in that specific corner, it's not that different.
That's a bit of a
small nudge.
Yeah. So Russell making himself known to the GT4s as they pass him.
Yeah, trying to lose less time,
Yeah, by staying as close as he can. Yeah, absolutely. Catch the toe down that parabolic and not a straight. Wobbly making his way through the lead pack here of TCRs. And Gary having to go defensive on Stephen Walker.
Yeah, and slightly losing time on Michael Gray and Sam Bleed in front. Spencer is still 4.5 seconds behind these though, so he's not making ground. Not as fast as he was at the start.
Which is surprising, to be fair. I mean, he's fresh out of the pits. He must have taken tyres. All the other TCRs took fronts by the look of the pit stops. So I have to see whether he can pull onto the back of this group. I expect he will. He's there in the background. You can see him in his shot now. Stefan making his way through that TCR field as well.
Yeah, that just give Gary just a small breath, you know. Get it together. Take your breath, as I said. Not relax, because you don't have time to relax, especially with the GT4s behind you. He's playing it defensive against Stefan just to make sure, you know, saying, Stefan, not there, mates. I'm having that corner, not you.
He won't want it done here either.
Well, yeah.
This is quite a fast turn.
It's quite complicated because the speed difference between the GT4s and the TCRs is not that great on the one lap, you know?
No.
The speed difference. Like, the fastest lap for Stefan is 29.1. And the fastest lap in the TCRs is, I don't know which one it is, I think it's Spencer
131.
131.7.
Yeah.
So there's not a lot of, you know, a lot of difference on a whole lap, just 2 seconds. It's nothing, basically. So on a corner, it's like just a few tenths.
Mm-hmm.
And it's almost impossible to pass. It's almost like you're driving the same car as yours, but with different characteristics.
Yes.
You just have that bit of brand more.
Yeah, the TCRs have got... they're better through the corners, generally, because they just haul themselves through it, rather than the GT4s pushing themselves around it. But the straight line speed of the...
Ooh.
That's a bit... what's going on here?
I don't know which... Was it? Yeah, it was Carl Hardy.
Carl Hardy, yeah. I don't know whether his internet is showing cars in the wrong place, but he was definitely into the back of Chris Needham's car there.
I think Chris had control of that first spin after the first merge and, you know, tried to follow, but in fact, yeah, Chris had no control of it.
Stefan getting very sideways through the turn that leads you into the stadium area.
Well, yeah. Hello, Marco. I'm going to answer that question right, I think. It's not that he's fighting it's not really fighting the GT4s. He's just saying, in that particular corner, if you're going the inside, I'm going to give her the position to the guy I'm fighting. So I'm just taking that line just to tell you, not this turn, please. Try to fight another pot.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Exactly that.
Yeah.
I couldn't agree more. He's basically saying, don't do it on this turn because you're going to disadvantage both of us. Whereas if you do it on the next straight, which is safer and will delay us both less, that would be more preferable. If you please.
Yeah. At least that's my experience in multi-class racing. I've been in both situations, being faster and slower. Oh, there's a touch there between Stefan and Gary. Still side by side.
And Gary's not giving it up.
No, but
he's going to be on the wrong side. Yep. Both called that at the same time.
Yeah. Well done by Steven. But yeah, as I said, I do understand that position from both sides, you know. It's part of multi-class racing. You will have to give up at some point.
Yes.
If you don't, there's going to be a crash. And Stefan is not really in a battle right now. He's got nobody around him. If he was like just a few tenths behind or in front of someone, that's different. That's another situation where both have to do the best to manage it as good as they can. But in that particular situation, when you've got a faster car with nobody around him, if you yourself are in a battle, you will do exactly what Gary did.
Gary trying to stay with them, I think. Meanwhile, in GT4, look at this lot here. These guys are now closing in on the back of Chris Needham after he ended up getting turned around by Carl Hardy earlier. Arnaud Chenonnier taking a really weird line through the second turn, and having to go defensive and try and break the toe to Jamie Wilson, who's really in quite an optimal position here to take this corner, but door gets shut. This is the closest I've seen in GT4 for a while, further back. Wobbly
further back,
is...
it's fourth place battle, but
Yeah, because just in the lead, just ahead of these guys rather, is Chris Needham. Wobbly is 4.5 seconds, nearly 5 seconds ahead of Stefan now, which is also plays into that overtaking strategy that we were talking about with Gary. So Gary's going to be aware. Ooh, Jamie. Ooh.
That was a massive forest slide. Oh
no! Oh dear, it's getting messy.
Yeah,
That was
that's Shane
Arno.
Powell
Right.
aware of Arno going on the inside.
I think so, yeah. His spotter would have shouted that, surely, but we'll have to have another look at that.
It
There we
was
go.
quite a late dive, but the door was open, so I understand the move, you know. You're in the faster car, you want to make that pass, but I'm sure... Well, it's 50-50, you know. And if a call had to be made, in real life at least, that would be on the GT4. Because you're the faster guy, you have to do your job and not crash into others. But it's really 50-50.
Yeah,
and
I would
Marco,
like to
I
call
get
that.
your point for the multi-class thing, but the VLN races are totally different. It's something different. The track is really different, and you can cope more with people as these races are very long. This is sprint racing. You don't have time to mess around and, you know, go side by side in a corner just to let the other guy pass. Where at the VLN, it's part of the race to race side by side in almost every corner, and I wouldn't have done what Gary did on the VLN in the same situation, but on almost any other track I would, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's part of VLN racing. It's different modernity, basically. Meanwhile, this
meanwhile,
battle is
Michael
going
Gray,
on, and Sam is getting
Stephen
away,
Walker.
and Spencer is closing.
Well, these three scrapping is allowing him to catch up and allowing his teammate to disappear. Was that a little nudge there? I'm not sure. It certainly looked like Michael Gray's car hopped forward a little. TCR is known for a bit of paint trading. Part of the game, really, isn't it?
Well, if you don't put your paint on every other single car on the same category as yours in TCRs, it's not a TCR race, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
So we should see Spencer's paint on every car he has passed.
Yeah.
That is proper close racing. That's great.
It's brilliant. Nice line from Stephen Walker there.
Yeah, he's going for it, but turn one's gonna be complicated. Yeah, he has to get back behind. Would have ended in a crash, both of them.
Oh, without a doubt. I think that a lot of these TCRs are taking the 1Xs at turn 1.
That's a good call. We are 49 minutes in. And as we look at that battle, I'm myself gonna look at the incidents. Oh boy. Someone's been naughty. Oh yeah. So, a naughty step for Martin Brennan already.
Right. Gosh.
And then after that, I'm not gonna say any names or any categories. There's one driver on 13 incidents. 2 more, it's naughty step.
Oh dear.
And
So that was an overtake there, for Stephen Walker on Michael Gray, and now Gary's getting really interested, and look at this. Spencer is on this group now.
Not only Gary.
Yeah, not only Gary.
Yeah, and back to the incidents while I'm trying to stay focused on the battle at the same time. There we go. 4 drivers on 10 incidents.
Really?
Yeah, that's close, you know.
It is when you consider they've still got 10 minutes of racing.
10 minutes of racing, and if you touch someone a bit too much, that's a 4x.
Yep.
So that means you're on 14. And then you get an off track, and you have to serve a drive-through. Or get 40 seconds penalty at the end of the race, because it's too late to serve a drive-through.
Yep. That happened in one of the previous races, didn't it?
I think it happened in the 992.
Oh, it's the Porsches. Yes, that's right.
That's Rich Warmingham that got the 40 seconds penalty at the end. Yeah, I remember that.
Oh, Gary in the middle of the sandwich there, getting a bit of a shunt from Spencer. But Gary's feeling the pressure here. He was having a really good look at Michael Gray.
Yeah, I'm not sure I would get Gary's meat in my sandwich though. So I don't know what these guys are doing, but that's not my thing.
Harry forces himself out wide there. That was a strange line for him to take. And he's put himself at risk of getting Spencer here.
That's yeah, good. Spencer's like that. I'm gonna try to remember that one.
Yep. I'm gonna patent it.
Yeah, and Stephen is gone now. You can see he's over a second ahead now. He's just saying, I'm not gonna wait for you, boys. Have fun yourself.
What's going on here? This is Shane and Russell.
Yeah, Shane trying to make a bit. Oh, Spencer's good.
Oh no! What's happened there?
Oh, that might be.
I think there's been a murder.
Yeah, I think I know the outcome and who's done what.
Well, looking at Spencer's waiting.
Yeah, but look.
Oh, hang on, that's Carl Hardy.
The pie man has gone through.
He has. Manna from heaven for Carl Hardy.
I'm gonna try to show that replay before the battle goes on too much.
Yeah.
So, but let's watch that back. Yeah. Small touch, and a bit too much.
Kind of just pushed him round, didn't he? I don't know whether he thought he was going to push him around the corner or something, but...
Yeah, and it only requires Gary to just have like 5 degrees rotation on the wheels to put him round.
Yeah.
And yeah, Spencer maybe thought Gary was straight, but wasn't. Well, maybe Gary's straight, but it's not... Yeah, let's get over it.
So that's quite a way to drop.
I'm too tired to broadcast, man. I'm just saying things I shouldn't.
So if Gary overtakes Carl here, he'll be effectively back where he was. So he won't have lost a great deal. They had such a big gap ahead, that group, that they've not fallen back many, if any, places. These two are still going here. This is Shane and Russell. Russell's desperate to stay on the right-hand side of Shane's car there to get the optimal line through here and the next corner. Nicely worked, actually, from Russell. That was good.
It was really good. And the right thing about the Gary Spencer-Carl battle, Gary cooked his tires by spinning, right?
Yes. Very good point, yep.
So it's gonna be tough for him to pass Carl, because Carl has good pace now in these cars.
And Gary pitted earlier than everybody, so his tyres are going to be naturally more worn anyway.
And we saw at the start of the race how wide Carl's car can be. There's only 6 minutes left to do it. It's going to be tough for Gary and even for Spencer now, because he's back to 6th position.
Yep, he's dropped back. Again, it's good to see the balance of the cars in this one. So 2 Hyundais, 3 Hondas, and then 4 Hyundais again. So it's quite balanced at this track, the car balance of power. Gary trying the outside line round Carl Hardy. That's not going to work. He's going to get a good drive here, but he'll have to do something else. Gary dropping off Carl through that little section. That's probably tyre life.
And he's under a lot of pressure from Spencer right now.
He is, yeah. That's he's crawling all over him now. Those newer tyres. Really
it's
playing
surely
it
not gonna
Spencer.
give him a push right now.
I think he probably will. This is the scene of a murder, wasn't it, from the previous couple of
Yeah,
laps?
it was. No, he will. Oh, that was close.
It was, but it was very, very well done. Nicely timed, but he's having to drop back again because he's lost the toe, and Gary's got the toe on Carl's car, so... Again, 3 minutes to go, is it? No, 4 minutes to go.
Yeah, or a bit over 4.
And so dropping off them a little here. Bit offline maybe, or something like that. Or just letting Gary sort himself out, and then Gary taking this sweeping turn into this double right-hander. Again, takes a much more wide and sweeping line through that one than Carl does. Getting good drive through all these corners.
Sorry to interrupt that battle, but something else happened.
Chris Needham. Excuse me. Oh, yeah, that little gully down there. From when I used to drive that car, those gullies and the bumps, the Porsche doesn't react that well. Oh, here we go. Spencer down the inside here at the penultimate. Oh, he's going to the pits. What's happened there?
Oh,
Incident limit. Must be.
It is. 15 incidents noticed that for Spencer at the end of the race. He did an amazing job getting back to these positions, and no, he just threw it away by getting over the incident limit. He would probably only lose these 2 spots against Russell and Shane. X1 in the queue is GB, is far back, so yeah, he might not even lose the spots over Russell and Shane. He just lost over Matt.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it. He would have got probably my vote for driver of the evening if he hadn't turned my teammate round.
That's a good one.
He's just cheated himself out of some driver of the evening points there, I think. That's a properly crinkled up Chris Needham car there.
He's not even got a railing anymore.
Super wide. Is that Shane going wild there?
No, it's Steven.
Oh, that's Steven. Steven's well on his own now, isn't he?
Yeah, kind of.
So this is going to play well into Sam Bleeze's hands, because that 3-point gap that Spencer had on him in the championship is fully gone now.
Yeah. And the other battle is Gary and Matt, and I don't know where the incident points are, but that's gonna be close again.
It is, you know, because whilst Gary is ahead of Matt, Gary's been nudged and turned, and he'll have taken on some incident points along the way, and they all come off your total score. So yeah, that could be an interesting mathematical equation at the end of this.
Yeah, hopefully they won't be tied again. You know,
yeah.
that was probably really close with Steven. That was great fun though, but yeah. So this is the only battle remaining now with what happened with, you know, Spencer, Gary, and all of that. So
I think this is white flag next time round for these guys, or the lap that they're on. I'm not sure.
I think Wobbly took the white flag, yeah. So we'll see when they cross the line.
Yeah.
But that's proper close. But look at that car in front of Jamie. It's just
no rear wing, battered left-hand rear. Yeah, front's no better than the rear.
Where's the flag man? Yeah, he's waving. So white flag now. And I don't know if Wobbly is playing around, but look at
Stefan's catching him. Is he
out
off
of
the gas? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. No, he's not. 'Cause that's not a fuel-saving car.
No, but was he full throttle?
Couldn't even begin to tell you. He's losing his front end going into the turns, though. You can see it ploughing that corner. I think he's got enough under this to keep... Oh, where is he? Look how fast Stefan's closing here.
Oh, that's a close finish.
That is.
Stefan closed 3 seconds, 3.5 seconds in the last few laps. I even not got that. That's crazy.
Stefan was doing some amazing laps at the end there. And that last lap was a 129.03.
He equals his fastest lap on the last lap of the race.
Yeah. I mean, that's impressive. That's the fastest lap of the race.
It is as well, yes. And he's done it twice, because I remember saying 29.03 was his first lap, like when you get to open the door or take a break or open the door, I think it was,
Yeah.
So that concludes this, and Sambly is taking the win with Stephen Walker second in TCRs, Michael Gray third.
Well earned podium position for Michael Gray there. Carl Hardy finishes ahead of Gary, so he didn't get that position back in the end.
Yeah, Spencer lost a lot today.
He did, yeah. I mean, we'll have to figure out from him why he didn't grid at the start.
Yeah, that's a good question to ask the interviews.
Yeah.
And I think that's everybody done with the race then.
Yeah. So that was a race full of excitement. I can't even believe that a whole hour has passed.
That went fast.
It did. It feels like about 5 minutes. It's unreal.
Yeah. Do you want to run us through the GT4 results?
Definitely. So, your winner of round 7 GT4... No, season 7, round 10 GT4. I'll get it right in a minute. Is Wobbly Kneecaps for BSTV Esports Pink. Only half a second, or less than half a second behind him this time. Stefan Gobel for VTS Esports. Great result for Stefan. Chris Shaw finishes third for Mob 7 Esports. Chris Needham finishes fourth for RWC Racing Black. Jamie Wilson in fifth for Team Chimera. Arnaud Chenonnier in sixth for RWC Racing White. And in seventh, Kylie Haddington for RWC Racing Black. And then Rick Verhoek in eighth. And then in TCR, your winner for round 10 was Sam Blees for Alpine Stars Geodesic. 1.5 seconds back from him was Stephen Walker for Spectre 6 Purple in second place. Third was Michael Gray. Great drive for XBR Sim Racing. Carl Hardy must think that the whole thing is upside down. In fourth for Safeguard by Result. Fifth was Gary Craig for BSTV Esports Green after the unfortunate incident earlier. Matt Elmo finishes sixth for Spectre 6. After his penalty, Spencer McCarthy finished seventh for Alpine Stars Geodesic. Russell Cowell finishes eighth for Spectre 6. Shane Powell finishes ninth for Spectre 6 Purple. JB Dejoux, great result for him. Top 10 finish for LMT Racing. Ollie Ricks in 11th for Spiro by Result. Rob Venn in 12th for BSTV Esports Pink. Martin Brennan in 13th for Safeguard by Result. Pete Handsome Bingham finishes in 14th for BSTV Esports Green, getting some points there. And David Ayres failed to start because of internet issues, we suspect. Well, that was a blast and a half. Let's have a look and see if anybody's queuing to get in. Not yet. They're all busy sorting themselves out. Let's see where we're going next in this one. Let me find the right screen. Schedule. There we go. So after Hockenheim National, we're at that weird one, which is Charlotte Legends Road Rallycross course, or Rallycross Long, I think it means. It's a weird one. A very tiny, tight little track. I don't know how people are going to get on with it, and I've never driven it. So an unusual track for them to put into the schedule, Sam.
Well, have you said rallycross?
I'm sure that's what RC means. It's Charlotte Legends RC Long. I think it's the long rallycross, but obviously with tarmac, not dirt.
Yeah, I'm not sure it's rallycross, but more something's related to the Legends car.
Okay, right.
Well, I might be wrong, but yeah, I don't see them putting rallycross tracks because you've got that Joker lap and everything to do, and it's not what these
Yeah, I
cars
think
are doing.
yeah, there are some similarities. Maybe I've just got it wildly wrong, but yeah, I've never driven that version of Charlotte. We've got some people piling into the interview room now. So we'll drag some of these guys into the live booth, and it seems only natural to figure out from Mr. Weber Niekamp, or Wobbly Kneecaps, what happened at the end of the race there. So over to you, Wobbly. What happened?
Well, I didn't do a long stint on the setup, and
Can you not count?
so I mean, Stefan was really fast. I mean, he outqualified me. It was a really good lap, and kudos to him. He was on the spot this week, and he gave me a good fight. So I'm really glad that I had to work for this one.
Yeah, he got the fastest lap of the race as well. He stole that from you.
Yeah, I noticed. But the car was absolutely terrible to drive. So on the pit stop,
Was it?
and so on the pit stop, the right-hand tire was 70%. So, and I think I didn't check afterwards after the second sim, but I think it's gonna probably get down like 40%. I just didn't want to turn anymore, and then I just kept managing the gap a bit because I was a little bit short on fuel as well. And the last lap I just went completely ease off because I had like 6 moments already where I could easily spun it off. So I was like, I will just lose a second, it's fine.
So yeah, I mean, after the pit stops, you were like leagues ahead. The undercut worked really well for you, didn't it? How did you get on with the incident limit today?
I think I got to 9 or something. I had to
Right.
follow Stefan. The first like 6-7 laps I could fuel save quite a lot. And after that the pace just fell off, and I really had to work for it. And so I did kind of shortcut the track a couple of times to to abuse the track limits as well. So yeah.
So yeah, congratulations on your on another win, I should say, in GT4. We've got that weird Charlotte Legends thing next time. Have you done any laps on it yet?
Yeah, no, nothing yet. I think it's like isn't it like a remote control car track?
I thought it stood for Rallycross, but Sam doesn't think that it's the Rallycross circuit. I do know that they use the Rallycross one in the real world with tarmac on it, obviously without the jumps and stuff. But we'll have to wait and see. It's going to be a very, very different track to drive from all the ones that we normally go to, because it's going to be tiny and tight, and we're going to be pushing each other around the track, I think. So, yeah. Anybody you'd like to have a shout out to before we let you go and celebrate?
The guys in Discord, you guys for setting up. Well, not you, Sam for setting up the stream. And actually, a friend of mine has been watching like a couple of weeks in a row, and I want to thank her. It's a friend, so she kept watching it, and I appreciate that, because sometimes it's boring as fuck, you know.
No, I know that you're lying, because you claimed there that you had a friend.
Yeah, it's you, mate.
No, it's not.
Oh, god damn it.
Well, we'll see you next time out with all the rest of your imaginary friends at Charlotte. So thanks a lot.
Yeah, see you Saturday, mate.
Oh dear. Do you believe he's got any friends at all, Sam?
Hard to believe, yeah.
Hard to believe. It's a real extension of some sort of truth. Right, next into the booth, we're going to bring the other victor from tonight, which is Sam Blees. Sam Blees, good evening.
Hello. Good evening.
Hello. So, what happened? Well, no, we'll let Spencer say why he didn't join the start of the race. But you got yourself an impromptu pole position. And then
competition points.
no, I don't think you do. I don't think it works quite like that. But nice try. Might get points for being a bit blasé with that. You controlled the race eventually quite well, but you had to work for this one.
Yeah, I got mugged at the start.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, it was good. It was hard work. But yeah, it was a really good race, actually. It was really good fun. And I'm looking forward to watching the broadcast, because behind me looked very exciting for several laps in a row towards the end there. So I'm looking forward to that.
There were all sorts going on, and your teammate came through, gave a bit too much of the chrome horn to Gary Craig at one point, and had to stay back, and he put himself through the pits in the end, didn't he?
He did, yes.
Yeah.
It's not at his finest race, it's fair to say.
Yeah, and a crucial point in the season, really, because you were only 3 points behind him. I think you've just sailed beyond him now.
Yeah, it's going to be a very good result for me, I think. So yeah, it was hard work. I don't know why. It was just I'm sweatier now than I've been for many of the weeks we've done.
It's because I was saying at the beginning, this is a busy track. This version of it, because you don't have the rest of that parabolica down to the hairpin. You turn off it early, so you're back in business earlier than you expect to be. And you got cars crawling all over you. Well, you do. I don't. I'm usually at the back. But yeah, it's a busy track, and when you're under that kind of pressure, you just go into that sweaty state, don't you? Like it's been a good race though. Anybody you'd like to thank for your race victory?
Well, just thank you guys for hosting and for broadcasting as well. And like I said, I'm really looking forward to watching that. And Stephen in particular, we had a really nice 2 wide for about half a lap.
Yeah, we watched that. That was good.
That was really good fun. And Michael as well, when I came past him, it was a good battle there. He just got a bit unlucky, caught the grass on the outside of the hairpin. But yeah, thanks to all the front running guys in TCR for really good fun racing again. And reiterate for BSTV and for you for giving up your place on the grid to come and what's the word? Commentate. That's the one.
Yeah. Awesome stuff. Thank you very much. And we'll see you out next time in this league, at least at Charlotte, that really weird course, Legends RC Long or whatever it is. That's going to be a bit of a challenge for all of us, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I've no idea what to expect.
No.
Any bits of the Charlotte Road layout that are on it, I quite like that track. Yeah. But I don't think there's many of them.
No, it seems to disappear off into the infield a bit too early. But so yeah, we'll see you next time out. Thank you for such an entertaining race tonight. It's been a blast.
It's been good fun. Thanks very much, guys.
Cool. Right, next in the list is the luckiest Wookiee around, Stephen Walker. How are you doing?
Hello, guys. I'm alright. You?
Yeah. Well, that was an action-packed race for you, wasn't it? You got the jump right at the start, mugged everybody. Spencer seemed to mug himself by not taking the start, which probably helped your cause. And then you were under pressure for the rest of the race, pretty much, right?
Yeah, pretty much. I'm not. I like this layout of this track, but I still dislike it. So I was struggling. I was trying to go as fast as I could, but even then, I just think it was slower than everyone else. I was just trying to think of the tyres, and I lent my setup to trying to have good tyres at the end of the stint as well. So I couldn't really pull away from the guys much, and I was taking too many off tracks trying to push. So I just made it a consistent pace, and then if someone wanted to pass, they could. And I figured as soon as Sam got past Mike, he would go for the move if I did make a bit of a mistake. So I was like, well, I'm not going to fight it too much, but I want to have a bit of fun.
Yeah. And we saw Michael lose the front end of his car and slide after the parabolica turn. Which was that the one where it let you through, or was that letting Sam through? I think that was letting Sam through, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think
we unleashed him upon you.
Yeah, we had a good, in the second half of the race, we had a really good battle. Or I think me and Gary had a nice little battle. Me and Mike had a really good battle, and I was hoping I could bridge the gap up to Sam. Like, I was bringing it back ever so slightly, but the GT4s obviously were coming through, and it would yo-yo. And then, on the last lap, I think I took half a second out of him. So if we'd had clear air, I'm not saying I would have caught him and passed him, but I feel like I would have been closer towards the end. But everyone's racing each other, so it's not a problem really. Like I say, it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. We had a lot of good battles. It looked like fun in my mirror and when I was behind people as well. So I'm just happy to try and entertain anyone that's watching.
Well, a busy track and lots of entertaining racing. You're going to enjoy watching the replay back, I'm sure. You feature in most of it. So, anybody you'd like to have a shout out to before we let you go and contemplate Charlotte Legends RC Long or whatever the hell it is?
Oh my god, that track. Yeah, obviously you guys, the rest of the guys that we race with, the teammates. I don't think they're the best of races, but they still managed to finish, which is all good. And then yeah, just my brother for watching and just everyone really. It's just good fun to be here. I really appreciate it. Thank you. And
good evening to Stephen's brother. Say that each time. So yeah, we'll see you next time out at Charlotte.
Yeah, boy. See you later.
Right then. Next in line, we're gonna get in. I don't know whether I've ever interviewed Michael Gray before, but here he is, and well done and congratulations for your podium finish tonight, Michael Gray.
Thank you very much. I think I'd like to thank Spencer for helping me get it too.
yeah, he checked himself out right at the start, didn't he? So you were in the thick of all of that pretty much. Dicing with Stephen, dicing with Sam, dicing with Gary. Spencer didn't quite get on terms with you, I don't think. And the four of you had a bit of a blast all the way around the track tonight.
Yeah, it's the same 4 or 5 every week, but it's great fun because you know you can trust them going into corners but yeah, really enjoyed it. So hope for more.
Yeah, and we see that you're. Where are you in the league? Just give me a minute.
Not very well.
No.
No.
You're doing better than that. Just a minute. If it'll work. Oh no. So, oh god, you're only one position above me. That doesn't say much for you, to be honest.
It doesn't. Thanks for that.
But you've missed out at least one race, haven't you?
Yeah, I've had a couple of shockers as well.
Right, okay.
Daytona, I killed myself and someone else, and there's another one as well. I can't remember, but yeah, I've just had a couple of shockers.
Yeah, so 9th in the league at the moment. You should leap well over Rob Venn, I would think. So I think you'll end up in about 7th. I don't think you'll manage enough points to get 6th. I think you've done yourself a bag full of favours tonight by finishing where you have done. And a very, very competitive race. Next time out, we're at Charlotte. That's that funny little track. I've never raced there before, have you?
Not that layout. So
No.
That will be a learning lesson tomorrow or the day after. But from what I've heard, it's not great. So
Right,
we'll
okay.
see.
We're not selling it well, are we? Anybody you'd like to have a shout out to before we let you go?
Yeah, all them clowns at XVR. I'm sure you know most of them.
We know some of them a bit too well, especially that Lane O'Connor fella.
Yeah, he's got a B-day called Foggy, hasn't he?
He has, yeah. And a leather trench coat that I never want to see.
Yeah. Obviously, yourself for everything you do, and yeah, just everyone in the league make it good fun. So yeah.
Awesome stuff. Well, I'm probably going to end up doing a one-lap wonder again to try and get BSTV Esports Green 1 lap's worth of points next time at Charlotte, and I'll be back in the booth. So hopefully you're as entertaining there as you were tonight. So thank you very much, Michael Gray.
I'll do my best. Thank you.
Awesome stuff. Nice chat. You wouldn't think you knew Lane O'Connor, would you? Right, so next in the list of people to invite in is the Pie Man himself, keeping Ginsters in business for at least 40 years, Carl Hardy.
Hello, how you doing?
Hello, yeah. What's wrong tonight? You appear to have finished in 4th.
Oh, well, I had help, didn't
I? You did, yeah. You paid Spencer at least 10 English pounds, and he did what you needed him to.
Yeah, I have just said thank you to him.
Excellent.
It was much appreciated.
Oh, dear, that's funny. But you kept your car clean. What's going on?
Well, you're not on track.
Oh, there is that. Yeah.
Right,
Fair
there
enough.
you
Good
go.
point. Yeah, that's.
You
pretty
weren't
much
missed. I
what
did
you watch.
ask actually. I saw your name in the practice, and I thought you were got out of doing this, but you didn't.
No, I was just shamelessly doing one lap so that I could get the points for wherever I finished, 22nd or 23rd or something. I know. Can't let BSTV
it's a shame,
Sports
mate,
Green
because
down.
that was a cracking race. That one. That was a really good race.
It looked fantastic. You ended up in a little bit of... No, you weren't in no man's land, were you? Because you were racing with somebody else.
Well, I had Shane, didn't I? He was
Shane,
in front of me, and then at the, I can't remember who done him on the first corner, one of the GT4s. But then anyway, after that, after the pit stop, he pitted first, which obviously he had warm tyres.
Mm-hmm.
I was still trying to sort mine out, and he was gaining, and that was fair. You know, I mean, I wanted a bit of a race, and then I think he got a little bit upset with another GT4, and then. Yeah, that was all right. And then all of a sudden I saw Gary and Spencer. It was brilliant.
Like manna from heaven is what I said on the...
Mate, honestly, I was like, what? No way. And then, I mean, they're a lot quicker than what I am. And to hold them off, I was quite chuffed my little self.
Yeah. Well, we were saying that Gary probably had red hot tyres from spinning, so he probably couldn't cool them down in order to get past you. And he was one of the very... In fact, I think he was the first to pit.
He was the first to pit. Yeah. So my tactic was, obviously I wasn't racing against Gary, but I knew he was going to pit early because he was talking about it on Monday night.
Right.
So my idea was to pit 2 laps later than Gary. And then I knew I obviously had a bit of tyres towards the end of the race.
Mm-hmm.
And then it ended up that I was up against him, so it was all good.
Yeah.
I knew I had 2 laps fresher tyres. So.
Well, it's worked for you, that's for sure.
It's still not a bad result to me. It was a cracking night. I mean, I've done a wrong one on Chris Needham, so sorry to him. He's just pesky with GT4s, too slow around the corners.
We did see that, and it looked a bit odd. I didn't know whether you were glitching or something.
I got attached to him. And I couldn't get away from it.
Right.
Yeah, I just get whatever I done. I couldn't get off of him.
Right.
Yeah,
do you often say that on Saturday nights as well?
Only with you, honey.
Hey. Charlotte.
On YouTube.
Yeah. and some other less than desirable channels. Charlotte, strange track next time out.
Is it what layout is this? Because I don't know.
It's called Legends RC Long, according to the screen that I'm reading at the minute. And I've never driven it ever.
I might have done it in the Legends, like for a fun night one night.
Right.
I don't know if that is the layout.
Don't know, but we'll find out tomorrow, won't we?
Yeah.
So, yeah, anybody you'd like to have a shout out to before we let you go?
Just, well, obviously you guys, and once again, you stepping in. I don't know how you do it, because I'd rather race than just talk about it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, well done to you, and obviously Sam, as always. And all the guys, just like who we race with. I mean, the league's immense. Them bloody quick guys are just stupid. I think they need a weight limit thing on them. Put weight on them. Slow them down.
Yeah, chuck a load of ballast in them.
Yeah, well, no, they know how I feel when I walk around them. But yeah, no, apart from that, I mean, everyone's a great bunch. It's really good.
Yeah, well, a great 4th place tonight for Safeguard by result. And
Cheers,
we'll
mate.
see you next time out. Carl Hardy.
Yeah, cheers, matey.
Right, and then last to pull into the interview booth tonight is my teammate, Gary Craig. What a busy race for you.
You could say that.
Yeah.
It was a little busy.
We saw you stalking the top 3 for, well, a massive amount of the race before you pitted. You were the first one to pit of the main field, as it were. Some other people had incidental visits to pit road before that. And then Spencer gave you a little bit too much chrome horn, I think, and shoved you round onto the infield. And then you struggled to get past Carl after that.
Well, incident with Spencer was absolutely minor. There was nothing in it. We just both drove off the corner normally, and all of a sudden my rear end just turned. And we both looked at it, and it's just a really weird one. I guess he was just slightly faster, and he maybe just slightly lifted the rear wheels, and all of a sudden I was gone. But he waited up, fair dues.
He did, yeah.
Carl got past that point, obviously, and I'd pitted early to try and get a jump. And then Michael had pitted, but he'd taken a little bit too little fuel, so he was quicker through the pits, but he didn't realise this at the time. But then on the out laps, with his cold tyres, he was making loads of little mistakes and running a bit deep here, a bit deep there. So I was kind of trying to go for it because I knew I was faster, having the extra heat in the tyres, and we ended up just costing each other time, to be fair. But that helped everyone else get through. And then at the end, that means, because I'd pit so early, I didn't have the tyres left to fight Carl. I just couldn't get within close to that second with him for the last couple of laps there. So it is what it is. Still another P5. I think I've had the most P5s this season, it feels.
I don't think there's an award for that, but if there was, I think you would have won it. It's good to see Spencer waiting. That's part of the sportsmanship that we are proud of in this league. So hats off to him for waiting after that.
It is.
Even if you did say it was an incidental one.
Yeah, and to be fair, the entire kind of top group of TCRs have raced really close and really hard all season, and that's the only incident that I can think of that's lost any one time.
Yeah, true. Yeah,
it's been like, was that 9-10 races now? 10 races, I think, and one incident with how close we've raced is, it's still, shit happens, but it's not the end of the world, and we've had really good battles for the whole season. So, yeah, move on.
Yeah. Be cast into the lowest level of hell for turning my teammate round, though.
Well, you go get him.
Yeah. But other than that, it was a tasty race, wasn't it? You had quite a lot of battling with Michael Gray, and that went on for a long time. And then, it kind of sorted itself out towards the end of the race there, didn't it?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, for the first half of the race, I was pushing as hard as I can to hang on, because I know Wook was pushing as hard as he could at the front. Because, again, taking tyres means we take all the fuel we want, and we had a good battle because of it. Closed up a bit, drifted out a bit. It was just, touch and go. Wanted to try and make something happen in the pits. It didn't work. That's the story of my race, really.
And have you turned any kind of laps at that weird Charlotte place yet?
Yeah, in the rallycross car, because it's pretty much the same track.
See, Sam, that's what I said.
It's the same track. It's just the one we're on next week has that little extra loop down half of the pit lane and back up again. It's just got less dirt and one pit stall for every single driver to share. It was not designed with pit stop races in mind. I can guarantee you that. I don't know how it's going to work when we're all in there, but it's pretty much not going to work unless we're all in the same pit box, I think. So that could be interesting for the cameras.
Oh, without a doubt, it's going to be a great laugh. I'm going to do the same as I did this week and put one lap on the board, so I get the point.
Team Green.
Team Green. Anybody you'd like to have a shout out to before we let you go? Is your fan club still watch or not?
I don't think so.
Elvis and that, no?
Don't think so.
No,
he's maybe shriveled up in the bath by now.
Yeah.
But no, just thanks to you guys for putting it on. Thanks to you, Pete, for jumping in on commentary when Clyde swans off around the world, enjoying real life motor racing. I hope he has a good time.
Yeah. The real talent's in the sim racing, though, as we all know.
Well, obviously.
Yeah.
But no, thanks to everyone else who's watching and racing as usual.
Cool. In that case, we'll see you next time out at the Weird Charlotte thingy course.
Yeah, that'll be interesting.
Cool.
See you.
Cheers, Gary.
Bye.
Yeah. Thought I'd flush myself then. That was a great race. Lots and lots of incidents. And lots of competitive racing. That pesky Wobbly manages to win again. Somebody needs to sort him out for sure. Geodesic won the TCR race again. Someone needs to sort them out. But I think Sam's got the leap on his teammate now, so that'll make the interest make it interesting for the last two races of the season, as Spencer won't want to be giving best to his teammate, that's for sure. Great race tonight. We have V8s at the weekend. I don't remember where though, Sam. Do you remember?
Somewhere around the world.
Yes, let's narrow it down to the entire planet.
Yeah, to be honest, mate, this week I haven't got time to do anything. I just put the broadcast on just before we went live, and I've not done the V8 one, so I could have been able to tell you, but as I haven't done it, I don't know. It's Montreal.
Oh, this is going to be a great race. Wobbly's going to join me in the booth, he thinks. It's going to be fantastic. Last time out we were at Belle Isle, there may have been a massive pile-up, and Montreal might not be any different. They are very skilled, very competitive races. Please tune in if you can do on Saturday. It's going to be a blast. It's me, Sam, and Wobbly in the booth. Wednesday following, obviously, we're at the Weird Charlotte course with GT4 and TCR. And then the Saturday that follows that, the 26th of February, it's the 992 Challenge. It's Season 1, Rounds 11 and 12 at Road Atlanta. That's going to be a massively interesting race as well. Road Atlanta is always good, and especially in cars like the V8s or the 992s. I like Road Atlanta either way, to be honest. Right, driver of the evening.
You want me to go first?
No, I'm deciding what I want to do with this. Spencer McCarthy's recovery drive was spectacular, but he did turn my teammate. But Gary said it was incidental, so I'm going to have to go for Spencer McCarthy after that.
Good goal. That's one of the two, even though he went through the note step, so I'm not going to pick him. I'm going to choose Stefan because he gave a run for his money to Wobbly. That was an awesome race. And for once, Wobbly didn't say, I was just chilling around, you know. He said he had to go for it. So, yeah, I mean, Stefan did a great job today. It's a shame he hasn't won this one, but yeah, it's going to come again.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll just have to wait for some other German tracks to turn up, because he does turn out for the German tracks really well, doesn't he?
Yeah, I don't know if it's because he's went there real life. I know he's done a bit of VLN racing on the Nürburgring, but I don't know if he has done anything around Hockenheim or any other German tracks.
You don't know. Those guys are well into their racing, aren't they, the VTS boys? So we'll have to ask him one day if he ever comes into the booth for an interview when he finishes second, for instance, Stefan. So that's the drivers of the evening sorted. Don't forget to follow us on YouTube and on Twitch. We appreciate all of our viewers joining us. Give us a like if you enjoy what you see. If you didn't like it, then just give us a like anyway, because we appreciate them all. And we will see you next time out. I will say goodnight and close the broadcast down once Sam has said goodnight. So, good night, everybody. Hope you join us next time. Hope you enjoyed what you see. And good night.
And good night, everybody. See you on Saturday from some mad V8 action around Circuit Gilles Villeneuve at Montreal.